V'im kain lefi zeh perush kinar Yisrael. And if so, according to this, the explanation of the Israel is a child, Hainu, she'ein bo iskashuzu b'kriyah shema v'tfilah, that they do not have this attachment, this being tied in the reading of Kriyah Shema and davening, lavo lebechinas re'usat liba, to come to the state of the desire of the heart, that through this will come to the concept of listen, Yisrael, the grandfather, and so forth, meaning that they're staying Yisrael Zuta, the lower level, like the child, and not like the grandfather, not like the adult. In Arich, but from Zah. And the advice for this, through the concept of the left hand is under my head. That's the Leroshi is this Osios Yisrael, the same letters as Israel. Through this concept of pushing away, Yarum Rosh, you lift up the head, Levo Lebechinas Yisrael Saba, to come to the concept of Yisrael Saba. And that's the concept of, and that is, and he thought thoughts that no one pushed away should be pushed away, and so forth, that because you're being pushed away, you're actually getting close. That you have to figure out some plan, so that if you're pushed away, you'll come back, right? Just like the child who doesn't realize the love of the father, so you have to push away for a little in order so that the child will recognize. And you will also judge my house, and so forth. And on this it says there's someone who acquires his world in 1 hour. That about this it says that through this you draw down from that Hashem turned to Hevel, that there was desire. So I guess it's connected to the concept of yesh, that the yesh is the like shai olamos. You acquired the shai in 1 hour of tshuva. So that through tshuva you draw down. And therefore, the whole point is that you're missing the days. You're missing some of the days or some of the garments. But because you do tshuva, so you acquire the entire olam haba that you would not have gotten if you didn't have all the days. Therefore, you don't need to have this concept of the days like Avraham came in the days. Because this concept of tshuva, of turning towards Hashem after you're pushed away, is you draw down from the source of all, the desire of all desires, which the source of and the root of the will that's included in the Torah mitzvos, like it's brought in the Mamer, blow the shofar in the month, that the supernal will has 2 ideas in it, and so forth. I guess that through the tshuva you get the ratzon pnimi, the shorish. So it can overcome the fact that you didn't draw down the garments from the chitzonis. And so too it says in Zohar, meritorious are those masters of tshuva in 1 moment, in 1 hour, in 1 moment, and so forth. that because the first love that comes through the days, day by day, doing what's right, that you acquire as an acquisition in your soul, the drawing down of divinity into your soul. The Hashem's divinity may be blessed to Nikra Avas Olam. So that's called the love of the world, not Avarab. It's called the love of the world. The concept of my soul desires you at night, desires for the morning, every day. That is a concept of this spreading out and drawing down of divinity in comparison to the soul of man. That nafshi visicham, that my soul desires you. It's the divinity as it is in relation to this soul. Whatever the soul can handle, if according to its root and source of where it's carved out from, also in accordance with the many vessels and garments of the Torah and mitzvos that the nefesh does, and it's drawn down from kel shakai al shem shemashpia la'olamos shefa bioser dai. That why is it called that? Because it gives flow to worlds of more than enough, like that shedai belukusi lakol beria, or shomer leolamodai. That's shem shakai is from the language of to give the flow, lios chaim v'kayamim, to be established and alive. Like it says, that it will give you blessings without measure, or until it's more than enough, more than die. Until your lips will stop even saying enough. And that's the concept of the divinity that fills the worlds, that it's in the measure of the worlds, what you can handle. And as is known, that the concept of Kel Shakai that corresponds with the Sphira of Yesod, and it's called the righteous, the foundation of the world. So it corresponds with Memale, the foundation of the world as the world stands, and not beyond the world. And therefore, through the garments of the Torah mitzvos, that's the concept of the tzaddik, who does the Torah mitzvos, so that draws down the concept of the avos, that I showed myself to the avos with kel shakai, the tzaddikim who fulfill the Torah mitzvos. Which is not the case with this love. From the concept of tshuva, it's the concept of the great love, avarabba, instead of avas olam. Avarabba gedola ad me'od, a great and awesome love, very much, more than the level of the soul, because the greatness of light is from darkness, or when compared to darkness. Ohr Hatorah Shemos mitoch hachoshech ta'ir b'yisron oro ma'alei seda bli shiru gvul, that the light of love that's revealed from the darkness will shine with a greater light, ma'alei seda, with a greater measure, bli shiru gvul, without a measure or boundary. V'lechein ava zu nimsheches mishem havaya, and therefore this love is drawn from the name of havaya. Shemahave kol hahavayos, that creates all the creations, veinu nitfas b'shumidu v'gvul, but is not grasped by any measure or attribute. Veinu b'bechinas erech v'asaga, and is not in any measure, and is not in any comparison or grasping in thought and mind. Kilis machshavat tfisa beklal, because no thought can grasp him at all. This is soviv. Just as they're the thought can grasp the light that's enclosed within the Torah and mitzvahs that are garments, that did come down and gradate in the concept of that which fills the worlds. But this idea of tshuva is the concept of soviv. This avarabba instead of avas olam, which is memalik. Ketzer lavol b'chinas tshuva zu. So we talked about the idea of coming to this tshuva, kinad Yisrael, that Yisrael is like a child. Lazos tzarich liyos small docha, and therefore you have to have the left push away. V'zeu mi Mitzrayim karasi livni, and that's the idea of from Mitzrayim I called my son. Hu da atika. That's the concept of atik mevachin Shema Yisrael Saba mekor neshama. It's the idea of atik, of the bitush, of breaking up the wood in order so that the flame should light. It's the concept of Shema Yisrael, Saba Yisrael, not just as a child but as a grandfather. Mekor neshama, the source of the soul that you listen to. That when you say Shema, you should go up to a higher level to feel the love, to awaken and reveal the hidden love through contemplation and mochin de gadlus. Like an adult, not like a child. And through this a person is able to acquire their world in 1 hour through tshuva, or that Hashem turned towards Aval. The desire of all desires. And this is the difference between in the pasuk Va'era of Kel Shakai to the Avos, and the concept of Havaya to Moshe.